Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will learn how we can add any component in container. As an example of container, we will use the applet. Applet is a stand-alone application in which we are adding the components. As a component, I am taking the example of button. Right, and in this example I will use the button component of AWT, right, and this will be available in AWT package, which is available in Java package. So this button component will be used from java.awt package. For this, first I have to create the applet, and for that I will use the NetBeans IDE, in which I will create first the Java application. You can create it from the file, new project, Java and Java application, right? Then click on the next. Here you have to give the name of the application. For example, I am giving the name which is the AWT example, right? Any name you can give. With this name the package will be created and one class is created with the main function, right? So here my application is created. In that you can see the package will be there and the main function class will be there with the name AWT example, right? So this is the main function. We are not using this class. I will create the applet. In applet there is a no need of creating main function. For creating class, right click on the package AWT example, new Java class, right? We will create applet by on. Here inbuilt the functionality is available, but in this example I will create my own applet, and here I am giving the class name button demo, right, because I am using the button in this example, so I am giving the name according to that. First I am reducing the all these comments, right, so that I can add my code easily and you can easily see the entire code, right? Here I have removed all the comments. First line you can see the package name AWT example, then you can see the public class button demo, right, and I will write the extends applet. Using this line the subclass of applet is created, which is a demo button demo, right? Here you can see the red line is there, right? So click on the alter enter. So the import is done with the applet java.applet.applet, right? This error is solved automatically by the NetBeans IDE by selecting the option import the applet class. Now this button demo will be an applet, so that I will implement the method of the applet class. This is the overridden method of applet class, which is the public void init, right? Inside the public void init I can set the size of the applet, or I can change the background color of the applet. Further I will initialize the various component inside the init method, right? Here the yellow mark is there. If you click the alter enter, the suggestion will be given to add the add override, right? This is not compulsory. Yellow lines are not the barrier for execution. Here I am setting the size of the applet using the set size method. Set size in the bracket, it will take the two parameters height and width. As a height and width I am giving the two values 300, 300. So the size of applet will be 300 and 300, height and width. Now we should run and should see the output applet is given or not, right? For running I am clicking the right click on the window and run file. You can do the shift F6 also, right? Now in the output we will see the applet, which is the size of 300 by 300, right? This is what the applet is done. At the footer you can see the applet it started. Sometimes it is creating issues, right? So it is better whenever you are writing a tiny code, you should run and then move ahead. Now I will think about to adding the button. First, for adding the button, I have to create the object of button class, right? In the Java AWT, the button class is available. Using this, I can create the button. Again, there is a red error. Uh, Press the Alt enter. You will be given a suggestion for importing the button class. If you click the button class, you can see the import is done. Import java.awt.button. This button class is available in java.awt package. Now I will initialize this button inside the init method. I will create the object, right? B1 equal to new button. Then I have to change the name because I have taken the name B1, right? Here there will be a red line because B is not initialized. B equal to new button, right? I am giving the semicolon. This is what I have created the object of the button, right? Before this method, just I have declared object, and here I have initialized the object with the name B1. Now after this creation of object, I need to add this button inside the applet. For that, add method is available. Add method will take the object of the component. Here I have taken the B1, add B1. With this, button will be added. Now you can run this code again and you can see whether the button is added or not. In this you can see the button is added with the very small size. You can click on this button. Right now we have not handled any event, so only button is a clickable. Now I will give the name of the button, right? There are one more constructor. One constructor is empty constructor and one more constructor is with the string. In the object creation line, I am adding the string which is a button1. Now the string label will be added in the button. If you run this code again, you can see the button with the name button1. Now you can see the button is given a label button1, which is a clickable button. You can say it's a push button also, right? So there are two constructor of button. One is empty, second one is a parameter string. Now I will create the more button objects, right? Because I am going to use the some of the method of button class. For example, I am taking three buttons B1, B2 and B3. Again I have to initialize these buttons. B2 equal to new button, inside the bracket button2, B3 equal to new button button3. I have copy pasted the line. Now we need to change the name of the button B2 new button, inside the button name button2, right? The small changes are there. Again by B3 equal to new button, then button3, right? For example, I am initialize the B1 two times. You can see I am running this code, right, without changing B3 and B1, right? Now I am adding this button, add B2, right, add B2 and then add B3, right? The third line is add B3. In Java we have to, in this applet we have to add one by one buttons, one by one components. Here I am adding a button by B3 which I have not initialized, right? I have initialized B1 button by mistake. Now let me run this code. It will give you the error. Buttons are not displayed here. So I will change here B3 equal to new button 3. I was adding this button without initializing. I have initialized the B1 two times, but I haven't initialized the B3 button. Now if you run this code again, you can see the output, right? B1, B2 and B3, right? Button 1, button 2 and button 3. These buttons are in flow layout, right? These are going in sequence. We will learn this flow layout in the next lectures. Till now you just remember this view is in a flow layout. So these buttons are added. Now I will try to set the label from button one to another. For that I will use the set label. This will be applied if you click B1 dot, then you can find the various methods of button class. I am selecting the set label method, B1 dot set label, right? Here you can see the set label method which will take the parameter string. In the parameter string I will give the name button first button. I will change the name of the button from button 1 to first button, right? This is the method of button class set label. It will take the parameter string and the name will be set to the first button. Now it is completed. You can run this code and see the label will be changed of the first button, right, from button 1 to first button. So now I will use the another method, get label. I will fetch the label of another button. For that I am creating one string variable, string object, string L, in which I will store the value of the label of one button. String L is declared. Now I will try to fetch the value of label into the L. Now I will write L equal to B2 dot get label, right? If you write B2 and press dot, you will have the various suggestion, right? You can select any method of button class. Here I am selecting the get label. This will return a string value into the L, right? Now I am trying to print the value of L into the console. For printing in console, you can use the system dot out dot println, or you can use system dot out dot print inside the L, but I am printing this value on the applet. For that I will use the paint method, right? Now I will override the method paint outside the init method. For the paint method, write the public void paint and it will take the parameter graphics G, right? The parameter graphics G will draw the various strings or objects onto the applet. Again, this paint method is of component class and there is the overridden method, so it will take the override annotation, and yellow mark will be there, and again you can see the red line will be there in the graphics because graphics class is available in AWT package. Again I have to import this class again, right? Press the Alt Enter. There will be a suggestion for importing. From this I have selected the first suggestion and the graphics import will be done. Now again press the Alt Enter, so yellow mark will be removed, right? Here the override annotation is added. Now inside the paint I will use the method drawString. That will be done using G dot draw string. You can get from the suggestion which is the string, right? Draw string. There are two methods, you can take any one of these. First parameter is string. Here I am writing the L, and L is a string, and I am giving the x coordinate and y coordinate after this string, right? No need to give it in a double inverted comma because L itself a variable and contains a string. Inside the height and width, here we have to mention the x parameter and y parameter, means the x coordinate, and y coordinate means the location of this string. For example, I am giving the 60 and 60. So my string will be printed at the location of 60 and 60 in applet, right? After giving the parameter, I am saving this code and let's run this code again. Now we can see the string is printed, the label of second button is printed here. You can see the get label method is done with the B2, and we can see the label of button 2 is printed here, right. So this was the example of button. We have seen the two constructors of button. One is empty and second one is with the string, right. This is the package line. After that, the import lines are there, right, and then you can see that I have created the applet using the creating the subclass of the applet, right. Inside that you can see the init method is there. Before init method, initialization is there, button, string, all that. Now there is a init method. Inside the init method, I have set the size of the applet. Then after this, I have initialized the button B1, B2 and B3 with the labels. Then I have to add these buttons. After this, I have used the two methods of button. One is set label and another one is get label, right. Set label will set the label of the button and get label will return the label of the button. And using the paint method, I have printed the label of the button, right. So this was the example of button component of AWT package, right. Just see the output again. You can see the buttons. In next lecture, we will learn more components of AWT, for example text field, text area, choice, list, etc. Thank you.